Ends it. All right, there we go. All right, today I'm with Cedric Evans, the operations manager for HC Companies. How's it going, Cedric?
Good.
All right. Do you prefer Cedric or Mr. Evans?
Either is fine.
Okay. So not waste any of your time this evening. I'll go with Cedric. Make it a little less formal and quicker, hopefully. All right. Question number one. As operations manager at the Elyria Distribution Center, what are your duties and responsibilities?
I am the operations manager. I'm probably like a big resource, making sure guys understand what's going on. And my job is to make sure operation flows smoothly and that we satisfy the customer.
What kinds of problems do you deal with on an average day, typical
Uh,
day?
Quite a bit. It can be from personal to business problems. I got like an open door policy. I allow individuals to come to me about whatever issue may be, if it's at home, if it's a work issue. I just try to be a resource of these guys on the working side. I just try to make sure they understand and acknowledge what needs to be done and how to do it on a personal level, depending on the situation. I may not have an answer, but I try to lead them the right way.
To jump off add onto that, so if you have like personal relationships with your employees,
Mhm.
do they try to pull the heartstrings, as they say, to try to get special favors or?
They'll try, but they know that I'm not going off. I'm not going off that route. I'm gonna be as professional as possible. At work is at work. Out of work is out of work.
At the end of the day, job comes first.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. What part of your job do you find the most satisfying or rewarding?
Um, Accomplishing goals or feats we put in front of ourselves. Um, we have a task or a big goal or something put in front of us, and we knock it down and we achieve that. That's a win for me. Especially if my guys were a part of it and I gave them the right directions and we got the goal done. That's the most pleasing thing.
On the flip side, what would you say the most difficult or least rewarding portion? Reward's the right word, but
Dropping the ball, something we know we should have got done or did. Just the small things, missing the small things, small details. Those are things that kind of make me say, how do we do that? Um, but generally, I try to take every challenge head on. But when we don't achieve certain things, I know they're not perfect, but I always strive to be the best.
why did you decide to work for HC companies?
Gave me an opportunity to advance. I came in as an entry level employee, got an opportunity to move into management. It wasn't the ideal situation, but I made the best of it and panned out for me. So I'm very happy where I'm at.
So it's a start from the bottom, now you're here situation.
Yeah, started
Gotcha.
from the bottom, now we're here.
What sort of changes are occurring in your occupation currently?
um,
And do you find those good, bad, indifferent?
for me, I had to learn how to pull back and not do things directly, but indirectly send other individuals to handle those things. That was the biggest challenge for myself. I was take the task, get it done. I got good at delegating, but I would always put myself in the line of fire. I had to learn more or less to play behind the scenes and help others dictate the operation of the situation. That was the biggest challenge for me and the biggest change for me in the role that I play now.
What kind of changes you see that are going to affect uh, not so much your job, but your field?
In the field, in the warehousing industry, um, a lot of animation stuff is coming. Not animation, but automation. A lot of automation.
Animation would be awesome.
Man, that was crazy. Looney Tunes running
Right.
around.
I'm an Animaniacs fan myself. But
Yeah.
Looney Tunes is good.
But yeah, a lot of automated stuff is coming out. I hear and it was that Amazon's going after drone delivery and automatic semis are coming. I've seen warehouses where they have automatic fork trucks that offload, unload, reload. So that's definitely coming our way. Um, I'm kind of halfway. I'm on the fence with that. That'd be kind of cool because you can get your efficiencies up. But at the same time, me being one of those individuals operating on equipment, I would never want to take an opportunity for another individual that to be successful or even just having a job.
So with the automations, like, how do you think that'll affect, say, see your position specifically, or would it have any effect, or it would just change your role? Less people, more.
Yeah, my role would be more or less game planning. If we were more automatic equipment and less associates, my role would be more focused on a bigger scale, not just the day-to-day stuff. My role would be okay. Um, how can we get more customers? How can we move product faster? Scheduling type things within the warehouse. That would be more or less my kind of what my role would turn into.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what is the average length of time an employee that in your experience stayed in your position?
I don't know the industry number, but from my experience, I've seen guys probably between 3 to 7 years stay in a role like this. I probably got at least 12 years to 15 years experience of warehousing. I've seen guys stay a lengthy time in the operations room, but most guys I know in my role want to be a GM, want to be a director of operations or some sort. This is kind of a stepping stone position, I would call it. Um, you know, you never want to stop halfway to a goal. This is kind of halfway move for myself personally to what my goal will be.
All right. And so we would say the average person that would say leaves that position, is it through due to advancement purposes, attrition, layoffs, or just seeking outside?
I think every situation is different, but on the average scale, I think most people do advance. Um, I think it depends on how that organization is growing. Um, there's a
So,
lot of opportunities you can go into marketing or sales, things like that. A lot of guys, you know, there's a director ahead of you or a GM, that person may be comfortable there. Some guys are like, okay, there's no growth in this side, but I can go into sales or marketing or something else. So there's other avenues too, other than just the next direct
is your
position.
company big enough to have enough room for growth, or is it?
Um, our or the company I'm at is kind of unique because you can almost create a position. I feel sometimes. I think there's opportunity there if you can solve some of these problems or issues or come with something that's very helpful. You they're willing to listen and I also create that for you. I've seen a lot of guys come with different scenarios and situations and it actually grew from that. They gave them that opportunity to grow.
If your job progresses as you like, what would your next step in your career path?
I'm hoping to be a director. Um, from director, I want to go one more step and be like a regional manager or something to that magnitude to where I'm more behind the scenes, not direct with the warehouse, but I can kind of be a resource for the warehouse directors under me or supervisor teams to help them build their teams and just help them grow their warehouse. So that's where I kind of want to be at.
What would timeline be for possible advancement for you? This the one, or from your next one to the next one?
I'm hoping my next one's within a year and a half as a
Okay.
director. Um, get to a level of where I want to be, like a regional manager, my end game. I give myself 5 to 7 years tops. It's depending on the learning curve. Some things are easier to catch on to. Some things you just gotta have experience, and without the experience, I feel you can't go into the next phase. So that's I feel 5 to 7 years is that target range.
Um, on a personal level, how has the job affected your family slash personal life?
It can be tough at times, especially if you have family events planned, uh, going on family outing or vacation. You know, sometimes you may be the only one to have an answer or know how to solve certain issues. You know, you get those calls, you're out to dinner, or you're just away from the job, the late night calls, things of that nature. But that's part of the job, and I enjoy it because it's part of it. I take it on. I do all of
So your
it.
job is more of a 24/7.
Like a doctor on call.
Okay.
Time.
All right.
It could be, or shouldn't be, but it could be.
But as a whole, do you feel like the job or a very old company that gives you maybe not enough time because everybody's gonna say there's never enough time,
Yeah.
but just afford you appropriate amount of time? I guess probably not the best word I could use.
Time away is not bad for me. I got a great team around me where I can take off and be comfortable. I've been in scenarios where I didn't want to leave longer than 2 days because I didn't know what I was coming back to. So the situation I'm in, I can say, hey, I need X amount of time. More than likely, I'll be granted that as long as I give them enough time to plan around that. And then, you know, I've spent times where they say, hey, don't worry about this place. Enjoy life. You being here long enough. So I like where I'm at. That's pretty good.
For somebody like myself
Mhm.
or anyone that's looking for a career in your field, what kind of experience do you think that person or myself should have before they come try to get a job, either your position or in the area.
In that management
Right.
role. Be a people's person. When I say that, find a way and figure out how to communicate to almost every type of person. Everyone's not the same. You got some introverts, extroverts. You have different type of people. You have to approach them certain ways. Some are more playful. Some are more sensitive. You got to understand the balance. You got to be a balanced person. I feel yourself to interact with everyone the same way, but on their level to have that connection. So the experience I would tell that person to have is just be open to everything. Don't be all right. This is how I'm doing it, and this is all it's gonna be because everyone can't buy into that. You got to be able to word it for everyone so they can understand it. Just like everyone's not they can't learn by reading. Everyone else learn by reading. Some that learn by hearing or seeing. You got to figure out what's their niche.
Well, I guess I'm trying to say like experience just like certain jobs or schools or that aspect, or is it basically as you said earlier, you started basically from the ground up?
Mm-hmm.
Should they just go or a little bit of column A, a little bit of work experience, a little bit of school combination, heavier on the education side, heavier on the work experience?
I think you'll get more respect if you have more work experience, but you don't have to have the full work experience. Some schooling is good to have because you can come with different ways of doing things and learn it without having to experiencing it. Um, just learn how to apply things, you know, and get people to buy in to a program you want to run or how you want to run your operation. That's the biggest thing to me.
Okay. Um, does your company offer uh, how do I say that? Opportunity for those already involved in the company to either seek further education or certain try not really try but apply for different jobs in the company to try to advance to get to your level or other stations throughout the company that are on your level.
So they have internships. Most of those are students that are already in college. They come in and get some experience. There are also some that get to stay that they choose to, and then some that are just short-term internships. There also is uh, a big push for education long as it pertains to the job or something within the company that you're interested in and the company has opportunity there. So if you're in marketing and you want to go to school for marketing, they have some type of tuition reimbursement programming that'll help the individuals to go ahead and challenge themselves to go to school, knowing that, hey, I get this degree, the company will look out and help me pay back some of these bills. You know, a lot of people get discouraged, you know, like, I can't do the student loans, but with the company, they're offering opportunities for people to advance themselves and better themselves so they can go after those opportunities. They do come to they do come open for that.
Um, last question I'll ask you is like, if you give me one of your major frustrations, with your job, either be it with industry, with the actual job, or just where you're at.
Biggest frustration for me. I'm not there now. There were times, but just being stagnant. We went through a lot of changes of leadership. Um, I've been with the leadership team almost kind of since day one, at least with the first reign of leaders. Um, the biggest thing, or the biggest frustration was, okay, are we going to be stern or are we going to be lenient? You know, kind of figuring out how I maneuver with these new set of members of leadership or management. And the other part that plays in with that is just being stagnant. You know, while I'm trying to figure my way with this group, and then we switch to this now, and then where do I fit? You know, how can I contribute with this group and be successful, plus everyone around me successful. So that's one of the, it's not really frustration, almost a challenge. But at times when you just hit your head on the wall, like, all right, how do I fit in with this group or this, how can I make this mold solid or be a big contributor? That was kind of a big frustration.
All right, and on the flip side, what's the biggest, like, I wouldn't say pat on the back, but I would say,
Like I did, or just
right, yeah,
felt good about achieving that, becoming that stable within that team and say, okay, I found my mark with these guys. I know my role with these guys. Now I can go out here and lead and know how, you know, just having that bond with that group and being able to lead and in the warehouse becoming a better flowing operation, achieving the goals we put in front of ourselves. The associates seeing the accomplishments we went after and we're achieving them. Now they're buying into the program. Just becoming one. You know, that's the biggest. Yeah, we're doing something here. That's the biggest thing.
all right. Well, Mr. Evans, I thank you for your time.
Definitely.
And appreciate you carving out part of your evening for me. So I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And that's all we had.